Welcome to the Advanced Operator Task video for the fancy cord knit spin operation. Please make sure that you have viewed and mastered the Intermediate Operator Task video before viewing this video. If you have done so, please familiarize yourself with the following tasks. Threading is the task where an operator takes the cord that has already been positioned in the ring tensor and threads it through the suction pipe, into the knitting box, and out of the knitting box. You can see the operator threading the cord through the spindle in this scene. However, let's take a closer look at what exactly the operator is doing. The first step in threading is to take the cord that has been hanging from the ring tensor and feed it into the suction pipe. Next, as the cord comes through the suction pipe, through the spinner, and out of the A-cap, the operator positions the A-cap so that he or she can rethread the cord through it. The operator pulls the thread through the A-cap, and then through the knitting guide. The cord is then threaded through the knitting head until it comes out of the bottom of the knitting box. Here the operator is threading the cord through the knitting head. Threading continues after the cord has come out of the knitting box. Let's take a closer look at what the operator must do below the knitting box. Once the cord has emerged from the bottom of the knitting box, the operator closes the glass door of the knitting box, positions the cord on the yarn guide roller, and presses the black button to activate the spindle again. The black activation button is located on the right side of the knitting switch control panel. Following the steps that were just discussed, the operator has a very important step ahead of him to ensure the quality of the fancy cord product. After the spindle has been reactivated, the operator then waits until the knitting head is producing quality threaded cord. In the video, the quality threaded cord can be seen as the thicker, wider material. The operator then positions the cord on the yarn guide rod and between the take-up roller, allowing it to accumulate on the shelf. The task of threading continues above the knitting box with the cord and sliver supply. Let's take a closer look at what exactly the operator must do here to ensure that the fancy cord can be produced properly. First, the operator moves back to above the knitting box and positions the cord in the thread guide. Following that, the operator uses the scissors to make sure that the cord is positioned in the collector. The next step is to supply sliver to the spindle. The operator twirls the end of the sliver so that it will feed properly into the trumpet guide. The operator again uses the scissors to ensure that the sliver is feeding through the collector. Once the two materials are properly feeding through the collector, the suction pipe can be screwed into position. The operator then turns the cord break sensor alarm switch back on. At this point, the spindle is now producing the fancy cord. When the operator is satisfied with the quality of the final product, he or she cuts off the excess product and stores it in his or her lab coat pocket as waste. Once the operator cuts off the excess fancy cord, the task known as production reactivation begins. The operator guides the fancy cord between the DOF package tube and the drum roller. As the fancy cord winds around the tube, the operator must position it through the traverse guide to ensure proper winding. At this point, the spindle is producing fancy cord and the operator may begin to patrol again. Thank you for watching the Advanced Operator Task video for the fancy cord knit spin operation. Please ensure that you understand and master all of the outlined tasks in all of the videos that you have watched in this training module.